What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access Entertainment. As always, please hit that subscribe button. It's right down there and it's free. That enables us to keep coming to y'all as often as possible with as many interviews as possible. So please hit that subscribe button, like our content, share it, talk about it, be about it, each one, teach one. We appreciate your guys' support and getting us this far. Now, today we have the honor and the privilege of being joined by Brother Jay. Thank you for coming through, sir.
Peace and blessings, good brother. Good to see you.
Always a pleasure to chop it up with Brother Jay. And he has the Red Pill concert extravaganza that's going on. And this has Sir Jinx involved, Public Enemy, Wise Intelligent, a lot of excellent artists among many others. So, Brother Jay, what is the Red Pill and how did it come about?
Excellent. Well, the Red Pill concept was created when I joined with a company named Music Time. Brother Will McKinney and Delano Glass. I know them for like 10 years, and they've been in the movie markets when the Netflix apps and, you know, all the Tubi and all these things were coming about. There was like a flood of people coding to do that. So they had a company named Movie Time, that was just showing different films. And I was shopping some things that I had. I had some reality shows that were built around consciousness, healing different artists that were in the game, as far as like rehab programs, things like that. So I was shopping them to them because I was telling them that artists don't have a place where they have veteranship. It's almost like military lets go of their vets and doesn't care about the time that they served. So I said I wanted to create programs that would kind of bring the active legends that still have talent, still have something to offer, to have a platform to vent. So we linked from there. Years passed, I did different things, you know, Suburban Noise, different places. You know, you were there with me with some of those label situations I was in. But time passed and they created Music Time. And he had a pay-per-view platform. And I said, you know what? They came to me and they said, yo, I want you to do hip hop the way that you were talking about, bring some of the artists that are in your genre. And and then it clicked in my head, you know, like consciousness doesn't have a genre. Like, you know, gangster rap has a genre, Blue Eye Soul, you know, Neo Soul, all these little sub-genres are created and shit. But, you know, there was never a conscious platform for them to come and, you know, tell me like, yo, bring your platform of artists and come over here. They were like, hey, Brother Jay, you know, get something that will make sense on pay-per-view, make a hip-hop goulash. I don't want to make a hip-hop goulash. I think X-Clan Public Enemy headline with some power players would be something that's different at this time stage because no one's going to give us the light, you know, and that platform. This is a global platform and a global opportunity for people to say, this is the kind of hip-hop that I want to see. So before that, Versus had the Big Daddy Kane and KRS situation. And when I saw how smooth that was, because I thought it was going to be a disaster, because you have someone that is attractive to hip hop women versus the ogre of rap, the bully KRS. What are we battling about? You know what I'm saying? So me watching that, I said, wow, this thing came out smoother than I thought it was going to be. And it wasn't like I didn't think Kane would keep his chops up, because Kane come from, you know, Kane changed people's cadence in hip hop. He was impactful. KRS brought out the boldness, but I didn't see where that meshed. So all that to say, as soon as that was over, people started banging my line, X-Clan, Public Enemy. And I said, damn, that would be off the chain. And I'm seeing it like 20 songs a piece and a showcase of consciousness. I'm not thinking about battling Chuck D. You know what I'm saying? He got iconic hits that I can't match to. You know, lyrically, I'll hold my own. But battle-wise, up against what the people know versus not knowing the rest of my catalog, you know what I'm saying, to match with whatever East Blackwood's was, you know, I don't think it will be attractive to Versus. So I brought it to Music Time. And I said, well, instead of just me and Chuck D, what if I bought Wise Intelligent? What if I bought Sarah? What if I bought Soleil? Because Soleil left the game because she didn't want to do what Nicki Minaj is doing. Because she could have easily been a Nicki Minaj. Okay? So she's healing people around the world. Who else could have given her an invitation to come and say, hit the stage with Brother Jay? Okay? So I pulled Soleil in. And then I say Mad Lion. I said Mad Lion is responsible for a lot of hits. So as a producer element, you're welcome here. I don't care about your lyrical content because you're not talking about cut the head off and let it bleed on the floor or shake it faster and twerk. You know what I'm saying? You speaking, you have iconic placement in the game. So you're welcome here. So the Red Pill is basically awakening people to the elements of hip hop and how we can display them in a magnificent format. Why should I get a small stage, throw a green screen curtain up and say, shuck and jive? Okay, so I added Medusa. I added Maestro. I added living legends or urban legends that people hear about, like, yo, Medusa is one of the greatest. Or Maestro is Cold Blooded. That's Battle Cat's little brother. He rhymes like Battle Cat make beats. You hear about all these people, but you don't see them. So I said, what if they got put on the highest platform? Put them on TV. Put them on a pay-per-view situation where people could say, instead of throwing Medusa a super chat when she comes on a podcast, buy a ticket. And I think, feel it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was listening to what you were saying. Go ahead, my lord.
No, I think that the thing that is so impressive to me about this, and as I learned more about you over the years and with X Clan, is that at least as I looked at you, you were activists that happened to rap, as opposed to rappers who did activism on the side. So
that is correct. That's correct. That's why it's not MCJ, okay, or J Ski, or some other situation. And not to dog people who have used the labels of hip hop, but I was something different, and I was earning to be something different in the movement. So where I started off as the grand verbalizer, Funk and Lesson, I was allowed to grow into something different, similar to what this Red Pill is right now, a leader. Okay, so now I'm building a platform that I can now bring artists that are not so much unsung, but just people are not paying attention. People don't even read posts correctly. So how are you going to sit there and listen to 12 songs that these artists are putting out, and there's 300,000 songs being released every day because someone went in the shower and thought they had it? And it's so easy just to put it into the stream now. You had to be chosen at one time to be on a record brand because someone's taking out a loan for you to do a project. Okay? There's money coming in. The record president's not taking out of his pocket. The company has put together a story to say you're worthy of getting a loan. And there was no social media measurement stick. You had to have urban legend behind you. Like, yo, that is the dopest dude in the playground right there. You need to go to the Latin Quarters or the Union Square to check him out. He's going to be on opening up for Kool G Rap. There are no houses like that anymore outside of the underground. And they can't even throw venues anymore now because of COVID. Okay? Yeah. There's less venues now. Now that the game is catching back up, you might catch Erykah Badu at a place where underground rapper was performing. You might catch Ice Cube or somebody in a place where Planet Asia is supposed to be, or Tech Nine or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because the major is going to have to come home now because the market has swollen down. So what did Brother Jay do? I created a virtual market. Everybody was coming at me for NFTs and shit. I said, well, I'm a trump card that. I have a virtual concert, period. Okay? That now monetizes in the name of the artist. So if you want to see Medusa with another album and 5 videos, give her the power to empower herself. Okay? You feel me? You want to see Maestro be able to say, yo, my family's taken care of. Let me give you some bang-ass music as an independent artist. Go buy a ticket. Okay? Because now they can come back to me and say, yo, Jay, I went and got my album together. It's clean. And I didn't have to make it for the industry and curse everybody out. I can just live my peace now. And I can say, well, I got an audience that wants you. Because if they bought that ticket, then they want to buy into the understanding of your evolution. So I'm not going to walk up to you and say, stop cursing on your album. I'm going to say, look, I got 100,000 families right now that want to hear music that's not threatening. They're tired of watching Disney because Disney got an agenda. Okay. And then another company has an agenda just to commercialize you so they can eat and they don't even care what they throw in front of you.
Right.
So there's no media. Okay. I can't be bought out. If I stood this long saying freedom of death and all this stuff we talking about 30 years ago, album covers and leaders and all this other stuff, you know somebody's not coming to me saying, let me buy the red pill and change it into the red thought or whatever the hell these cats gravitate toward. You know that's not going to happen, bro.
Right. No,
okay. So just giving you the intention, not to, bend on the point, but just to give you intention of what the red pill was. The title was originally Conscious Powers, which is my video show. I do a video show for Music Time, which gives you a top 10 of roots reggae and conscious hip hop. Okay, so I started chiseling, making the category. So if they gave me the pay-per-view option, as a businessman, I would have went and got Rod Wave or Lotto or one of the little Kodak Black type artists, the new millennial artists, and just said, well, you got a strong following. We're doing a virtual concert. Let's get paid. And then I'll do a conscious situation. Okay, that would have been businessman. But the soldier in the position to do business is going to say, I'm going to get the best of what the genre will be. And I'm going to do it in a series because I'm not done. You haven't seen Brand Nubian. You haven't seen Dead Prez. You haven't seen KRS in a house of consciousness. You see him on the hip hop stages, but what is it when he's around the Common, the Black Thought? What if Jean Grey came out of the shadows from what she's doing and say, that's where I would like to rhyme? What if Lauryn Hill sees this and say, that's worthy of my lyrics, and not putting me on Hot 97 Super Jam and just in front of just a bunch of people that like her pop? You can come bring the guitar with me. I'm not going to boo. I hate on them that they booed Lauryn Hill when she came out with the guitar album. And I thought she was going to be next Bob Marley, bro. Guess what? At the red pill, she would be welcome. Okay.
Well, I think too, part of why I believe the red pill is important is what X-Clan and many other artists that you just named provided back in the day, which is the balance.
Correct.
And I think that's one thing that disappoints me about the evolution of rap in particular is we've lost not the fact that it's not being created, because it is, because you by yourself with Dark Sun Riders and with X-Clan continued making music, and we've talked about that over the years when we've met up.
Yes.
So that never stopped with Underground Scrolls, Return from Mecca, etc. But the ability to find that is become increasingly difficult given the onslaught of everything else. Yes. So for you, understanding all of that, how have you found the appetite for this balance for people like myself, people like yourself, that still exists? Like, how have you been able to connect with that still?
That is the deepest, that is the issue. Because when hip hop became disenchanted about where the future was heading, they now listen to acid jazz, folk music, this music, that music. Because remember, our generation's dug in the crates. So if we're not listening to the mainstream of hip hop anymore, you could be anywhere right now. And how do I advertise to that? Okay. Let me tell you 100. When Big Boy came on board to help us with Red Pill, I had to realize that Big Boy is not K-Day radio anymore like that. As far as the mentality of play what you want, play what the people want. He's down with the machine. Okay? So being down, and not to spill it like he's not capable of advertising with this and that, it's just that his audience is different. Okay? So you would be advertising Red Pill the champions of yesterday and today because it's not an old school review. Okay, otherwise I wouldn't have Cyrock there. Okay, otherwise I wouldn't have introduced him to Maestro. I would have just said KRS-One, Dead Prez, this, that. We're going hardcore, old school RBG rap. I said, no, this is all generations. So now I have 30 years of artists to pick from. Okay, so back to the big boy point. I said, if I gave you Red Pill, you're advertising that to somebody that just listened to Lil Baby and bangs that on the way to work for inspiration. It's two different markets.
Right.
Okay. So even on the advertisement of things, because now I'm not just an artist saying, hey, machine, do your thing. I'm going to be here. No, I'm an investor. I'm performing on the situation and I'm managing this situation and I'm learning from it. Okay. The market doesn't exist. I couldn't even hire a PR. Okay. I couldn't even tell Dana, come on board, because I will be putting you in a battlefield not knowing what kind of enemy we're fighting. Okay, are we fighting aliens? Are we fighting human beings? Are we fighting machines? What are we doing? Well, I don't know. Just find people who like hip hop and would love the show. No, they have to like the theme. And then they have to be wise enough to notice the platform, like, oh shit, Brother Jay has a sovereign platform. Someone can't come in the comments and say, hey, this is against community standards. I'm shutting this concert down. I'm immune to that. Okay? You come in, you sign your ID, you have your own user ID. I can communicate with you via email. I can send you gifts, exclusive downloads from artists, invitations to join us for pay-per-view, for free situations. I can do all of that. I took the time to build the machine instead of continuing just to write albums to say, hey, I'm still fresh. I got 6 albums in the back. How many artists you know that are sitting on projects and don't even know where to release, man?
Lots.
They don't want to go out here and throw their stuff to the iTunes wall and say, I hope it sticks. What are you hoping to get from there? Somebody to give you pennies and then chop your album down and pick song number 4, song number 6, and never buy the unit? You're not getting unit sales when they chop your album apart. All you're doing is getting social acclaim.
Well, so, I think tied into all of this is something that happened parallel with music, but also specifically in this context is 2 things. One, we've lost the art of the music, I think, in a lot of ways, but we've also lost the concept of, the concept of respecting the art as a project, because listening to X-Clan and a lot of your work outside of X-Clan, it's not, to use Master Ace, it's not disposable arts. This is something that takes time, thought, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, all these things. It's not just something that's so disposable.
Correct. So if I gathered artists that are indisposable, okay, you can't throw away Medusa's history in the game. If I did a documentary on her at Music Time, you would find one of the most intriguing artists that you've ever met. Okay? If I do a documentary on Soleil, the way that I know her, I don't care about the pop life. I care about women and men that are learning martial arts and internal medicine and how to be patient in today's crazy ass world, and putting that on a platform where people should respect you beyond your rap. Okay? No one can take from me at this point. No one can bite my platform and do my intention. And if they do, I welcome it, because I want you to uplift people. I want you to bite me. Okay? If I throw an album, I'll be back, though, they're going to bite my beat style and my rhyme style or whatever the case may be, whatever the ego, makes that competition thing. But for what I'm doing, I want to see 10 of these. I want to see you compete with me and bring 20 artists out of the South to speak all conscious and do it. Don't bite me and do something stupid that continues to add to the problem.
Right.
Okay? Bite me and do something good for the game. You want to see balance, you got to do something big. When I look at Drake, he's sitting in front of 20,000 people and holding the mic out and everybody's singing. I want to see every artist on this card do the same thing.
Yeah.
So when we bring, look, when Chuck D was on this red pill and he's singing those classics, dog, hell yeah, I wanted to have 20,000 people in front of him. But he threatened to shut my event down, saying that if you book this place and the mandate goes left, we're going to keep your deposit until it opens up. Now, why would I want to waste my money? Okay. and say, I pray that you give me permission to open the door. I went and got my own situation and built something so worthy and said, now you're going to see the champions. You ain't seen consciousness in 8K hitting you with all kinds of background effects and right up close from them, seeing how beautiful these people are. They gave a hell of a show. I can't wait for people to see this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just a solid performance. You know, as it goes on, I start to add more bells and whistles and so on, but I had to get in and learn. You know what I'm saying? But it's solid enough for people to come and contribute. I brought the price down on the tickets because now people are paying $100 a gallon for gas and wondering if they're going to be shut down in the quarantine during the summer. So times are tight. So I'm not going to go and say, hey, it's a production. I'm going to stand by my little $40 whatever. I'm going to say, yo, I'm going to bring the price down. Everybody that messed with me from the beginning, I'm going to send you a t-shirt so there's no, I paid $40 and now you're offering it for this. So I have power now. I have power to make sure that my support is comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And not just a fan buying a record and you get nothing for it.
Be sure to check out The History of Gangsta Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangsta Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the DOC, and dozens of others. The History of Gangsta Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
It will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangsta rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
With Fab 5 on Yo MTV Raps with NWA.
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangsta Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangsta Rap in stores now.